Ever stood in front of an old Queenslander and thought, should I give this place new life? Or should I buy in a shiny new development down the road? Well, today we're going to cover how some Aussie investors have turned 50K worth of renovations into 200K worth of value, while others claim new builds are hands down safer. So who's right? Stay tuned. You can't afford to miss this one. Here's what most agents won't tell you: the hidden costs that can wipe out all your renovation profits. Stick with me because in just a few minutes, I'll show you a true case study from a Brisbane client where a reno project ended up costing more than a brand new property due to one simple mistake. Hey, and welcome back to the channel where we turn everyday Aussies into savvy property investors. If you want to fast track your journey from suburb dreamer to portfolio builder, hit the like, subscribe, and let's get straight to the real talk. Have you ever walked into a rundown home, think timber floors hidden under the carpet, maybe a bit of paint peeling off the walls, and thought, this is it. This could be my ticket to instant equity. Or do you look at those new developments popping up everywhere, featuring zero maintenance with warranties and thought, why risk the hassle? New is safe. Well, today we're putting those two strategies head to head. Renovate and manufacture your own equity versus buying brand new. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which path fits your goals, your risk profile, and your wallet. It will bust some dangerous myths along the way. But first, why does this matter now? Let's be real. Aussie property market is shifting. Rates are still uncertain, but buyers are fussier than ever. In 2025, CoreLogic stats showed 62% of sales in cities' northern suburbs were older homes, while new builds soared on the city's fringe. Renovators are hoping for a payday, while others are turning to new estates chasing lifestyle and the grads. But most investors, they lose over 70K because they picked the wrong strategy for the suburb. Today, let's make sure you're not one of them. And don't forget, in a slow market, value add deals can shine, or they can sink you if you get it wrong. So, the case for value add renovations. Let's start with, what is value add? What does it really mean? Now, forget lipstick renos where you're painting fences, slapping on your benchtop, and hoping the bank and the market loves you. True value add is about changing the function and the configuration of the property. Let's look at Sarah and Tom. They bought in Brisbane in a tired post-war house. $680K, they spent $75K on a new kitchen. They split the living space and added a small room by converting the formal dining. 6 months later, the home was valued at $910,000. That's $155K uplift, and the cash outflow was a mere $95K after stamp duty. Now, the magic here is not really the numbers, but how Sarah and Tom targeted a suburb where the median for renovated homes was already pushing $920. So their reno was just bringing the property back up to the local norm. But not all renos pay off. Let's look at Raj in Perth. He bought an old 60s brick house for $510K, spent $120 on a high-end bathroom, fancy deck, and some electric smart upgrades. So local buyers, they wouldn't pay more than $630 for a house on his street. So Raj was stuck with a $40K shortfall. What's the lesson here? Renters work when you know what the local ceiling price already is. If every house in your street tops out at $700, you can't sell yours for $900 just because you put in imported marble tiles. So before calling a builder, check the council planning maps. Ask agents for sold prices in the area, not listed prices. That's the main difference. Sold, not listed. Now, point 2, the playbook for buying new. Why do so many investors buy new builds? Sure, the glossy kitchens are tempting and developers offer a lot of discounts, but there is a strategic play here. 1, depreciation and tax. When you buy new, the ATO lets you claim thousands each year depreciation. So in a $650K townhouse, you might save $8,000 every year on tax, which could cover your interest. Now, 2, maintenance. There's no unexpected termites, no surprise roof leaks, plus A builder's warranty means lower holding costs for the first 5 years. Then you got point 3, rentability. Prospective tenants in major cities often pay a premium for modern features. Think ducted AC, NBN, double glazing. In Melbourne Southeast, townhouses pick up $50 more rent per week than similar older style homes. So the story here? Well, if you buy a brand new duplex in Barrett for say $540K, your upfront costs could be higher than an older house down the street at say $470. But over 3 years, you could save $18,000 in maintenance and claim a further $23,000 in depreciation. So the older house will have a lower cash flow and have a $12K bill for things like block drains. But don't let new builds lull you to sleep. You also got to keep in mind oversupply risk, which is a real thing. In some estates on the Gold Coast fringes, prices have dropped 7% this year because developers overbuilt. So if you're buying new, look for suburbs where the population and infrastructure support that future demand. Avoid anything with more than 2,000 lots planned, because keep in mind, scarcity still drives capital growth. So point 3, the hidden costs. Now, what is the hidden cost? Well, it's actual holding costs. Time is money, especially for renovators. Let's do this case study in Brisbane. Glenn bought a fixer-upper of about $675K, planning to spend about $110 and flip it in 6 months. The issue? Council approval. It took 10 months instead of 2. During the delay, he paid $24,000 on interest alone, plus an extra $8K for rates. The builder's schedules, they pushed his project out almost 14 months, and the market softened in the meantime. So what's the result? Glenn's dream project sold for $785K. He still made a profit, but after paying $32K in holding costs and $27K for the agent's fees and staging, his net gain was only $41,000. For the same period, let's look at Emma, who bought a townhouse for $670K. He got rents out quickly, and she made $37K in rent and capital gains, all with nil stress. So what does it tell you? If you factor in holding costs, timelines, and market risk, renovations win if you've got speed and certainty, or the market is rising fast. Point 4, finance and lending, which is getting harder. Something a lot of people overlook is that banks are starting to tighten up on lending on older homes needing work. You might need 20% deposit or sometimes more if the property isn't what they consider habitable. I'll give you another example. Jake, he tried to buy a 1930s cottage in Newcastle. As a first-time investor, his pre-approval was cancelled by the lender because they saw the property report. It mentioned things like roof leaks, stumps needing work, electrical not being compliant. To get it done, he tapped into the bank of mum and dad. Bank of mum and dad gave a $60K gift, but with new builds, banks will often lend up to 90%, sometimes even 95% for first-home buyers. This is why savvy investors always get pre-approved, double-check the lender's criteria, speak to the broker around policy, and budget for unforeseen cash flow shortfalls when it comes to older properties. Point 5, lifestyle and emotional factor. Let's go beyond spreadsheets. When you buy old and renovate, you control the outcome. You create a signature home, something different. There's pride and personalization. Think about restoring a classic art deco in Elsternwick. It's yours to shape, and you often build instant equity for the next project. With new builds, the process can be more hands-off. It's less stressful. You're dealing with a developer rather than half a dozen tradies. If you value weekends, a new build gives you back your time. Now, I'll give you a short story. The White family, they spent months restoring a character home, but also spent weekends at Bunnings, delayed planning holidays. Now, the Smiths, who bought new, they were set up and renting out within 6 weeks. So think about it. What suits you? Do you value weekends? Do you want something quick? Are you looking for a project that you can put your heart and soul into? Or are you just looking for cash flow? So what's the verdict? Both strategies build wealth if you play your cards right. But ask these questions. What's your appetite for risk and the unknowns? How much time do you really have? Or how much time do you want to invest? Is the suburb you're looking at better for you or for renters? Or is the demand split? Do the numbers actually stack up after all the costs and taxes? If this has opened your eyes to the real numbers and risks, drop a comment below. Got a renovation story or a new build hack? Share with us. The best insights gets a shout out. Now, tap the like button if you want more deep dives like this, and subscribe to join our community of Aussie investors who aren't afraid to dig beneath the surface. Now, if you're ready to get hands-on, book a call with our team today, and we'll personally review your suburb and your budget and help you tailor a strategy, whether you're eyeing up a fixer-upper or you want a low-stress new build. No fluff, just clear direction for your next move. The booking link is below. Book a call with our team today, and we'll personally review your suburb and your budget and help you tailor a strategy, whether you're looking at a project or a low-stress new build. And if you think today's topic was juicy, wait till you see what we have next.